Hello, everybody. Welcome to your daily pop of positivity. I'm really excited to have another gorgeous day to work outside. Oh my goodness, you guys. I stayed up, I don't know if it was between 2 and 4 p.m. making jewelry. If you saw my Insta pictures, you'll realize I got a total treasure trove over the weekend from my bead store, and I hadn't had a chance to make anything, and I just went ham. I was like going for hours, and I'm like, put it down, stop, and then I'd get another idea, and I was really excited. I love when I get I lay out everything. Comment down below if you work with beads or fabrics or something where you just get so excited at the potential for all the raw materials, and then once you start, you're like unstoppable. That's why I like this wisdom card comes in: learning, joy, music. I feel like when any of us have creative endeavors, it comes from the divine. We get excited. It inspires us. I get in a great mood just knowing that I have these materials to work with. It's like having, remember when Downton Abbey and all the big things were on, your next episode, you get all jazzed for it, something really nice to look forward to. But also, time is so, it's just evaporative. It just goes. I'm not kidding you. When I started, I think at 7 or 8, and I looked up and it was midnight, and I thought it was 8:30. It was the weirdest feeling, and I was like, it's going to be one of those nights. And I love that. I wake up and I'm just in a pile of creations out in my living room. Really excited. And I love summer jewelry. I like things that are sparkly. If you have charms, they look amazing in sunlight. If they have that flat surface, either gold, silver, copper, it doesn't matter. It reflects the light so beautifully. And that's why I love this wisdom, because we learn every single day. We can learn any art form. We can learn, how to play the banjo. We can learn how to sew. We can learn how to bead. We can learn how to pretty much do anything if we just have a little bit of focus. And I feel like now is a time you guys are really going to find out through different endeavors what is really kind of your sweet spot for inspiration and what gets you excited. Because there really is nothing more relaxing than a hobby or craft that you just get immersed in and time just disappears. It's so wonderful. I got some really great, they were just oil sticks the other day, and I was in the park, and I just found that so relaxing. And there's nothing, you don't really experience any kind of stress or anxiety or worried feelings. You're just in the moment of that. It's really wonderful. And I feel like that's some of what you're going through right now. And maybe it's possible that your path of study might relate to some sort of art or music. So if you have an interest in these or other creative endeavors, now would be a great time to dive in. Take a class, go to museums, surround yourself with music and art that brings you joy. And affirm, I always choose to learn and grow. The music and art of life inspires me. I oftentimes just have some kind of little ditty playing. I love Celtic music. I love jazz, and I just always have that just strumming along near me, and it's also super soothing and relaxing. Now, this is my favorite card, Achievement, just because the artwork, and it's something that I learned early on. If I ever meant to get anything done, it's fine to have intention and it's fine to have ideas, but we really have to put effort, focus, and follow through with something to have it come about, right? I used to start 10 things during the day, and at the end of the day I'd have 5 or 6 pieces of jewelry half done. I'd have 2 sketches a quarter done. I'd start things, but what would happen is my monkey mind would go, oh, but wouldn't it be fun to work in these colors? Wouldn't it be fun to work in this medium? And you don't get that sense of satisfaction because the intention is there, but you don't have the effort to have follow through and have a completed item, right? So I feel like you're going to start to do that, whether it's in a home project, you're visiting the Home Depot and getting some stuff done, any kind of art project, decoration. Maybe too, you've been looking on the internet and wondering about a place to go visit or see. It could be a museum, it could be a vacation, and you just kind of do, the IG scroll where it's bits and pieces, but you don't feel satisfied because you haven't really had a full picture and you haven't put the effort in to have the focus and follow through to really understand. That's one thing I'm super proud about Ian. He'll look on something and he will investigate the hell out of things where I can't do it that precisely. But right now he's looking at places in Cape Cod. But what he's doing is he's balancing, how close are the beaches to each of the amenities. And he reads all the reviews too. And he was finding out he liked this one hotel. But what he found out is it is a hotbed of toddlerhood, and like the kids just run the halls all night. All these people were saying, like, he checks out and investigates that. He wants to have a nice day, wants it to be restful, he wants it, to be chill. And oftentimes you think, oh yeah, I want a place with a pool, but are you taking into account that pools are also huge magnets for young families? So are you wanting to share that space with a bunch of children and toddlers and all of that, like all those things? You really have to look into it. So whatever you're doing, just put that little bit of extra concerted effort and you'll really come out ahead. I'm starting to apply this in my meditative and educational world, where now that I'm so excited about Friday's podcast, like I wake up each morning and I get excited about investigating certain topics that I think will be of interest, and I get really excited about it because I love psychology. I love people to have avenues to travel down to feel better about themselves emotionally, physically, everything like that. Because I'm human. I have to reach for that when I wake up. Of course, my ego and my productive self is always like, well, you need to do this and get to the mailbox and do this and make sure this is covered. And I'm just like, no, I'm just going to flow into the day. I'm not going to waste time. I'm not going to bring in problems where there aren't any. And that's really what our mind wants to do. It wants to complicate. It wants us to hurry. And it plays these tricks. So what we need to do is override that by just voicing out loud, I'm going to have a chill day. I'm going to relax into it. I'm going to do things that bring me joy. I'm going to sip. That's my ritual in the morning. I sip my coffee. I savor it. I listen to a couple readers, and then I ease into the day. And then I start, some of my educational stuff, where I start to take on new information and let it settle. And then because I like to read a lot of technical stuff and then get it down in concise, like layman's terms that make sense and that can be simply applied to life. Because some articles, some books, they just go way overboard with all the descriptive stuff that's not necessary, or medical terms. And I love to do that. So by adding a little effort plus intention, I'm learning new things, and I feel like you're going to be able to too. So also affirming, I create clear intentions and put patient effort, and that's it, patient effort into my goals. I bring sacred prayers to my personal pursuits every day. And remember that it's like, you are worth it. You are worth the time and effort it does to educate yourself, to bring things into your life that make you happy and make you feel like fully formed individual. Like you're going to know, I have to go back and study this every once in a while because I think I have it down pat. And I know some holistic approaches to stuff, but when it comes to like vitamins and things like that, every once in a while, if I feel depleted or something's going crazy, like our brain is very sensitive, and there's some really great brain foods out there. And I have to keep reminding myself, eat those blueberries, have that spinach, have a lot of water, heavy foods, stuff like that, and to just kind of re-immerse yourself into that summer self-care, so you're hydrated and you're feeling good and you're inspired to be out in nature. I feel like a different Phoenix moment every time I step in my backyard, on a beach, in a forest. It's so restorative and it's so replenishing. So any little patch of green or blue that you can get to, seize that opportunity for yourself. So that's your daily pop, you guys. Love and light. I hope you have a great day.